Good morning and welcome back, traders. We have a good old-fashioned Forex event coming up, which I wanted to show you as both a potential trade entry, but also a fantastic way to actually practice something new that we haven't really done that much on this channel or on the Facebook page, and that is using multiple time frames on one currency pair. Now we have this very long-term setup on the Euro New Zealand dollar. You can see in front of you that we have a near perfect channel that's forming. Let me zoom out. Yep, we can see that since the 6th of February last year, it's been going up and up and up and up all the way like this. So it's been a very solid bullish momentum, and it's kind of fit inside a channel. Just keep on moving up. But now if we look at the same currency pair in the 4-hour time, we can see that recently we've had a very strong downtrend coming down. But because of the very strong bullish uptrend on the daily, we're still expecting the very long term to be looking at a bullish trade. So what we're effectively waiting for here is for the market to spike above and to break this downtrend that's happening. And there's a couple ways that this can happen. First off, if you remember from the online course, we have a way of looking at if something is bullish or bearish by following the highs or the lows. So we could see that if this finishes off and completes a high, and then the next high is higher than this point, then that is the first way of saying, well, this could turn into a bullish trade now. If we get a low that is higher than this point here, then we will have a higher low, and that's another reason to start considering a bullish trade. Since we have this falling trend line here, if we see a significant break above it, I mean more than just what we're seeing here, but if we get a nice fat candle that closes above it, maybe even a pin bar that bounces right off it, then that's another reason to start considering that this is going to turn into a bullish trade. This, however, would not work that well for scalpers, because even inside these movements in the bullish trade, you will have a lot of short positioning in its opening. So you'd need to be willing to hold the trade for a while, but this could be lining up for one of those 350, 500 pip sort of range trades. So we'll definitely be watching it and seeing what's happening. Another thing that's interesting about this trade is tomorrow we're going to be having a news event coming out. Let me load it up for you in front. There we go. Here I'm on the JP Markets economic calendar, and tomorrow at 12 o'clock we have the CPI coming out of the Eurozone, which is a very important financial indicator. It's a good way for us to see how things are looking in the Euro. If this comes out positive, it means that the Euro is likely to get stronger. And then if we go and we look at our charts and we see that this line here has been broken, or if we have a higher low, or if we have a higher high up at about this point, then we could say that yes, the market is returning into the much bigger picture like we see on this daily here. If we are entering a trade and we expect it to stay within this range, we could reasonably expect it to come up to this trend line at the top here. And just estimating how long that would take by, looking at recent history and seeing how long it takes for these movements to happen, you could be potentially looking at well over 1,000 pips on this. Now, we wouldn't really try and target 1,000 pips. It would be fantastic if we could get it, and we will be splitting the trade, so perhaps we will. But even if it only moves up to about the midpoint, then you're looking at about 400 pips that you could possibly make off of this. This is a longer term trade. We will be entering off the 4-hour. This will allow us to have a slightly tighter stop loss than if we were trading purely off the daily. And we have quite a few things to look out for. So go ahead, load up the Euro New Zealand dollar on the daily, find these points and draw in the lines, and then do the same thing on the Euro New Zealand dollar on the 4-hour chart, and you'll see that we have this bearish movement. And don't forget to check your economic calendar. You can go to JP Markets, and underneath the education section here, you can select economic calendar, and that will let you watch in real time and wait for the result to come out. If we get multiple confirmations happening all at the same time, then I think we could be lining up for an excellent trade.